Live, a day after the FBI searched former President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago home. The sprawling estate is quiet today, but the uproar over the search is heating up. Good evening. I'm Felicia Rodriguez.
And I'm Shane Wright. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We have live team coverage on the search of Mar-a-Lago and the political storm it's now causing.
We begin with our co-anchor Tiffany Kenny with the latest developments tonight. Tiffany?
Felicia and Shane, all eyes are once again set on Palm Beach this evening after the FBI executed that search at Mar-a-Lago on Monday. Neither Trump nor his family were there when that search happened. ABC News has just learned the warrant was received by members of the Mar-a-Lago staff. The general manager then called Eric Trump, who informed his father. Now, the circumstances of the search remain unclear, but sources are telling ABC News the search was in relation to the 15 boxes of documents that Trump brought with him to Mar-a-Lago after he left the White House. Law enforcement sources tell ABC News that the FBI's activities at Trump's compound are court authorized. Now, that means the FBI would have had to present evidence to a federal judge that they have probable cause that a crime or crimes have been committed. Some legal and national security experts think the investigation might be broader.
I would be surprised if at the end of the day we learn this was simply an effort by the FBI to retrieve records. There probably is something much more significant there.
Former President Trump released a lengthy statement condemning the search last night, calling it an attack by radical left Democrats who desperately don't want me to run for president in 2024. The Justice Department and the FBI have so far declined to comment. This afternoon, the White House said it received no advance notice of the raid. Meanwhile, the National Archives says in February that it had sought to recover 15 boxes of records from Mar-a-Lago that it deemed improperly removed. At the time, the archives said it had had ongoing communications with Trump's team about recovering missing presidential records. Now, since news of the search broke last night, those for and against the former president have been showing up near his estate. Our Angela Rozier is on Palm Beach tonight. And Angela, what are you seeing?
Well, they continue to show up here. As a matter of fact, they're showing up in like small groups, one after another, rotating each other, and they've been doing it all day long. A steady stream of supporters for former President Donald Trump have been outside Mar-a-Lago all day. One supporter tells me the search of his estate by the FBI just makes her even more loyal. An opponent tells WPBF it's time for the government to take some action against the former president. We reached out to the Palm Beach Police Department to find out if they had any contact with the FBI about the raid, and we were told no. In fact, the police department's Twitter account states the Palm Beach Police Department was not aware of the existence of a search warrant, nor did our department assist the FBI in the execution of a search warrant. The Palm Beach Police Department continues to maintain a good relationship with the FBI. However, we are disappointed by their lack of communication regarding this incident. Police have been on site throughout the day. They tell me right now, with the crowd growing outside Mar-a-Lago, they want to make sure people are safe from the vehicle traffic in the area. Anyone planning on heading out later should be prepared to walk. Police said members of the construction crew who are working on the bridge are now posting no trespassing signs in the grassy area near the bridge. And we also saw a few moments ago a police officer helping someone across the street because the traffic again is picking up. No word on how long folks will be out here, but I can tell you as the day goes on, the crowd grows. Reporting live on Palm Beach, Angela Rozier, WPBF 25 News.
Angela, thank you. And outrage from Republicans is not confined to just here in South Florida. Tonight, elected officials from around the country are promising revenge on the FBI and the Department of Justice. In fact, this afternoon, Trump's Vice President Mike Pence issuing a statement which reads in part, "Yesterday's action undermines public confidence in our system of justice, and Attorney General Garland must give a full accounting to the American people as to why this action was taken, and he must do so immediately." Florida Senator Rick Scott tweeting, "When Republicans retake the majority in the Senate, there will be a thorough and aggressive investigation into the FBI search of Mar-a-Lago. Everything needs to be on the table for Attorney General Garland, including impeachment, if he doesn't come out today and explain what happened. And former New York Democratic Governor Andrew Cuomo posting that the DOJ must immediately explain the reason for its search, and it must be more than a search for inconsequential archives, or it will be viewed as a political tactic and undermine any future credible investigation and legitimacy of January 6 investigations. Coming up at 5:30, we're going to look into the first time that federal agents visited Mar-a-Lago, and it was just a few months ago. Shane and Felicia, back to you.
All right, Tiffany, thank you. Our coverage of the FBI search on Mar-a-Lago does not end here.
We're going to continue to update our website with any developing information that we learn about this search. Make sure you download our free WPBF 25 News app.